Come on, get out. Nathan, go towards the PD station. You've been here before.
Okay.
Walk towards the PD. Come on. I'll whack you. And you also have a bracelet on, so I mean, even if you run, it's even better. You look like you're like a murderer or something, the way this is being handled. Yeah, I'll hold the door open for you. There you go. Speak to the officers.
Hello.
Hello, this is Nathan MacGyver.
Hello, Mr. MacGyver. My name is Trooper Copper of the San Andreas State Police.
Would you be able to take him into a back room if chance?
Yeah, we can take him in here.
Okay. Follow her. I'll hold it open for you.
Go ahead and take a seat, or if you prefer to stand, that's up to you.
I'll be wherever you want me to be.
Okay.
Actually,
why don't you go ahead and take a seat at the chair?
All right.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Mr. MacGyver.
Call me Nathan.
All right, Nathan. Do you have you been speaking with your grandfather at any point the time that you've been sitting in prison?
Yeah, he comes and visits me once a month.
Once a month. Okay.
Yeah, he was going to visit me next week. Why?
I am gonna be the one, and I'm gonna first say bring my deepest condolences, but I'm sorry to bring up bad news, but your uncle, he's been found dead up in the dirt track.
My uncle?
Yeah, Leonard MacGyver, your grandpa.
Grandpa Lenny's?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Dead. I'm sorry. No, he's dead.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We found him.
Did he suffer?
I don't know. I can't describe it like that. The only thing I can say, he was found with basically no head.
Ouch.
Oh my god, that's way more violent than it needed to be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that did solve his final problem.
Nathan, can you tell me at the times that you have been speaking with your grandpa?
I mean, about once a month for the past 5 years. With good behavior, they let me out in 2 years.
Okay. Can I ask what you've been put into prison for?
Oh, burglary. I lost my job at the burger shop and couldn't afford Grandpa's medication, so I thought, well, fuck it. Society's let us down. Just seems fair if I can take back what would bring me more use with my grandfather.
Okay.
Of course, that I would end up spending his last 5 years in prison broke his heart, made his dementia worse. Last time he barely even recognized me.
When was the last time you spoke with him?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, okay. And you said you were supposed to see each other next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Nathan, do you by any chance, before you were arrested, My apologies, I just had a call come in. Did you at any chance had any enemies before you were arrested?
I mean, aside from the debt collection agency, not really.
Okay.
Trust me, maxing out a lot of credit cards ain't looking good on your credit score. Mind you, burglary doesn't look good on your job prospects either. Kind of a lose-lose situation. But But what do you do for the ones you love?
You can do crazy things, yeah. Definitely can do a lot of crazy things when it comes to that. I do, again, and I will say, I do send my deepest condolences for your loss. But I wanted to know of the behavior your grandfather shown the last time. What can you describe how he was when you spoke with him?
Guess he was excited, really. Just gotten a brand new phone, kept calling it Google. I don't think he understands that Google is just one website on the phone. It's like a phone. Kept calling every single app the Google app. Tried to show him how to use Twitter. Tried to show him how to use Pornhub. He just kept going on Twitter and saying, Google! Look up this or that. Look up hydrangea fertilizer, Google. And you just tweet that out, and sooner or later some gentle soul would eventually answer his question with an actual link to the Google search results, and he would get what he wanted like that. So he was excited about that new phone. Really hoped he could use it to stay in touch with me after I got released. Didn't have to hard to tell him that if I'm lucky, only getting out in 2 years. Guess that doesn't matter anymore now. But he was excited, and old people in their excitement, they sometimes forget things. So that's why wasn't really too hung up on the whole him barely being there anymore.
Okay. Did your grandfather had any kind of mentally condition at any point in time? Did he ever talk to you about about his life or any kind of conditions he was struggling with?
Oh yeah, he was suffering from dementia. His memory was disappearing ever so slowly. At first it was subtle, him thinking that a Thursday is a Friday or something like that, and you just ignore it because that's what life is. Sometimes a Thursday feels like a Friday, and then eventually he started signing checks that bounced because he got the years wrong, and I ended up having to do our finances, but couldn't keep his work. I got under a lot of stress. Had an episode at the burger shop where I worked, after which I was told to grab my stuff and never come back.
So you basically walked out. You were never really fired from your job at all?
Honestly, mate, when the restaurant owner tells you to fuck off to hell and fuck yourself there, you don't read between the lines to understand you're fired.
Okay. Did you, by any chance, had economical issues during your employment at Burger Shot?
Shit, it was our only income. I should really have kept my head cool at the moment, but I really needed those extra shifts, and I ended up in an argument with the owner, and that's when he told me to, fuck off to hell and fuck myself there.
Okay. Did you, by any chance, thought about filing a complaint?
I thought about it, but couldn't afford a lawyer. And even if I could afford a lawyer, the case wasn't really that good.
I mean, by the government, you do know that government regulations is you can't be allowed for a lawyer without paying a fee at first. But if you get a personal lawyer, that's where the price is going to come.
Yeah, but I wasn't arrested, so I weren't entitled to a lawyer.
No, but you were entitled to have to call a lawyer because you were being harassed at your workplace. I'm not going to go into details, but what I want to find out is, do you, particularly any chance, have met any people you've been spoken with that could have a revenge kind of arc going against you, or trying to hurt somebody, or you know somebody that actually wants to target you personally?
To the extent of killing my grandfather? I doubt it.
I mean, in order to get to you, they would probably hurt somebody close to you.
Yeah. Not any I can think of. I mean, I was in for burglary. Wasn't in for slinging dope or something like that. Didn't get involved with any gangs. Not even in prison. Kept my head down. Kept to myself. Took a few beatings in the shower and the yard, but you get used to that just until you start fighting back. And none of those people I would really say had an excuse to go out and kill my grandfather, or a reason to kill my grandfather. I mean, what happens in prison stays in prison. And
Yeah, but sometimes what happens in prison sometimes gets out of prison, right?
well, I genuinely can't think of anyone in the prison who might want to organize something like that. I mean,
Okay, so let me go back. Okay, so I wanna go back to before you were arrested for burglary. Did you, by any chance, after you left Burger Shot, between those two times, from you leaving Burger Shot to you get arrested, did you have any contact with anybody that set you up with those burglary jobs?
not really. It was more for really of a spur of a moment. Break into some of the good, beautiful villas in the... Well, here's how I would do it. I would stake out the place. Try to see if... try to stake it out for a long time. Find a family with children young enough that they can't be left alone at home. But people with jobs high enough that they need to work late, or they need to go to functions or have dinners or any other excuse while they would get a nanny. I would wait until the nanny or the babysitter and the children would have fallen asleep, and then I'd see if they left open a window, sneak around. Worked out beautifully the first 3 times. On the 4th time, nanny's boyfriend came over and caught me in the act. Trust me, wearing a balaclava and carrying a big sack on my back made me look like the most burglary thing I could have looked. Should probably have chosen a less conspicuous outfit in hindsight, but that's
could
life.
You could look like a homeless that would seeking a place for shelter.
Oh no, he didn't.
No, I was just trying to lighten the mood a bit. Okay, were you with somebody when you did the burglaries? Were you working with somebody at that time?
No, man, it was pure amateur hour.
So you were doing all this by yourself?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I do not think I have anything at all for now, except you. Okay, you stated that you kept most to yourself, correct?
In prison, yes.
Yeah. Was anybody that's up there with you in the prison? Do they give you any kind of sense of uneasy at the time?
Not really. I mean, most of the people up in the prison who kind of have a bad eye at me, they just have to beat me up in the shower once in a while.
Okay. Okay, I do not think I have anything more. Nathan, I appreciate for you and also for the DOC to take the time to bring you down here for questioning, because basically pretty much I'm gonna do what I can to find the one who actually did this to your grandfather.
I mean, it's almost the best thing. His condition was only going to get worse from here. It's almost a mercy.
Still, I think you would probably have loved it more to see your grandfather, you be with your grandfather in his final years, maybe.
Maybe. And then again, final years, I was gonna get out in 2 years. The worst, 5 more years. Man, I really got a shitty lawyer in hindsight, but that's then. But yeah, could have gotten out, couldn't have taken them fishing one last time.
Well, then you could do the fishing in the memory of him when you get out.
I guess I will.
Do the best you can, okay?
I guess I'll pack the old fishing gear and find his favorite fishing spot. Buy 2 of his favorite beers and have a last drink for him. I'm gonna miss you, Grandpa. More than I already did.
I think he would have been happy to see if you came out on parole. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't have any more questions for him. You can take him up.
that's fine. Come on, Nathan, let's go. Is this
Take care of
door
yourself,
open?
Nathan.
Thank you. Thank you. God day.
Nemo.
This is so fucking absurd because I actually made myself cry.
That was way too much RP.
That was way too good.
Like, I think you might have derailed the whole investigation.
I might have, I'm sorry, but...
It's fine, they're gonna, I plan for them to at least find out something next time. The next murder. I have 4 murders planned.